State of being happy is called happiness. Who doesn't want to live happily, right? So today I'm going to talk about top 10 countries to live in 2021. Based on these matrices: food, housing, quality of education, health, employment, and mainly quality of life. Through all the phases of life, these countries treats their citizens well. 10. New Zealand. New Zealand is made up of 2 huge islands and a few smaller islands, and it is located towards the middle of the water hemisphere. New Zealand's primary religion is Christianity, despite the fact that its culture is one of the most secular in the world. In New Zealand, English is the most widely spoken language, with 95.4% of the population speaking it. 4.917 million people live in New Zealand. In terms of biodiversity, New Zealand contains around 70 main river systems, as well as countless streams and watercourses. The Southern Alps, which span over 500 kilometers along the South Island, contain all of the 23 3,000-meter-high summits. This is an awe-inspiring scenery of towering peaks, ice, and snow, as well as massive glaciers like Franz Josef and Fox. Rocky Mount Cook, which stands at 3,724 meters, is the country's highest point. A sophisticated market economy, which ranks 14th in the RI for 2019 and 3rd in the RI for 2020. It's an economy with a high revenue with a GDP of US $36,254 per capita. Renewable energy accounted for 40.1% of New Zealand's total energy supply in 2015. Hydroelectric power generates the bulk of the country's electricity, including significant systems on the Waikato, Waitaki, and Clutha rivers, as well as at Manapouri. 9. Germany. Germany is a Central European country, formerly the Federal Republic of Germany. After Russian rule, it is Europe's second most populated country and the most populated EU member state. Germany has 83.02 million in population. The German census of 2011 revealed Christianity to be Germany's biggest religion, with 66.8% being Christian and 3.8% not members of the church. The official language is German and predominantly spoken. The most lovely lakes in Germany. It is estimated that throughout Germany, there are between 15,000 and 30,000 lakes. Germany has a highly skilled social market economy, low levels of corruption and innovation. He is the world's 3rd largest exporter and 3rd biggest importer of products, and is the world's 4th biggest economy with nominal GDP and 5th biggest with PPP, Europe's largest economy. Eight. Finland. Finland, officially the Republic of Finland. Finland is a Nordic country in Northern Europe. The official languages of Finland are Finnish and Swedish. Finnish is nationally prevalent, but in certain coastal districts in the west and in the south Swedish is spoken. The Evangelical Lutheran Church in Finland, with its members of 39 million, is one of the largest Lutheran churches on earth and by far the largest religious entity for Finland. Finland's economy is equivalent to other European economies, such as France, Germany, Belgium, or the United Kingdom, per capita. Services are 66% of GDP, the largest sector in the economy. The Northern Lights may be seen in Finnish Lapland around 200 nights a year or each night. Lake Constance is the biggest lake in German territory, whereas Lake Müritz is the largest fully German lake. 7. Netherlands. The Netherlands is Holland unofficially and is mostly found in the Caribbean and in Western Europe. The Kingdom of the Netherlands is the largest of 4 component nations. Dutch, spoken by a large majority of the residents, is the official language. In northern Friesland province, West Frisian is not just Dutch, but also recognized as a second official language. The people of the Netherlands were mainly Christian, separated into several denominations, until the late 20th century. Although there is still considerable religious variety, religious adherence has been reduced. The Netherlands has become one of the world's most secular societies. The Netherlands has a sophisticated economy and played a particular position for many centuries in the European economy. From the 16th century, the Netherlands' economy has been dominated by shipping, fishing, agriculture, trade, and banking. The Netherlands includes 20 national parks, including the lakes, heathlands, woodlands, the dune and hundreds of smaller nature reserves. Most are held by Staatsbosbeheer, the National Forest and Wildlife Protection Department and Natuurmonumenten. 6. Australia. Australia is officially Australia's Commonwealth, a country that comprises Australia's mainland, Tasmania's island, and several other islands. It is the world's sixth biggest country and the largest in Oceania. Australia's population, of around 26 million, is very urbanized and densely concentrated on the eastern sea coast, covering an area of 7,617,930 square kilometers. While Australia does not have an official language, de facto English is the national language. Australia has no religion of the state. Article 116 of the Australian Constitution forbids any federal regulation on religion and any religious adherence to Australia. Australia is a prosperous country with a market economy, a high per capita GDP, and a comparatively low poverty rate. Australia was rated second in the world from 2013 to 2018 on average wealth, behind Switzerland. 5. Switzerland. Switzerland is a landlocked country at the intersection of Western Europe, Central Europe and Southern Europe, formerly the Swiss Confederation. It has 26 cantons, and the federal government has its headquarters in Bern. Switzerland has 4 national languages: German, speaking 62.8% in 2016, French 22.9% in the West, and Italian 8.2% in the South. Switzerland has not owned an official state religion, but most cantons recognize the government churches, whether Roman Catholic or Swiss Reformed, save in Geneva and Neuchâtel. It does not have official state religions. Between 2/3 and 3/3 of the people reside in urban areas. In just 70 years, Swiss has gone from a country that is mostly rural to an urban one. Storage has taken over as much of the countryside as it did in the last 2,000 years since 1935. 4. Norway. Norway is a northern European northern country, formerly the Kingdom of Norway, whose continental territories are located on the western and northernmost parts of the Scandinavian peninsula. Also part of Norway is the isolated Arctic island of Jan Mayen and the Svalbard archipelago. As of the third quarter of 2020, the population of Norway was at 5,384,576. In Norway, like in other Europe, the separation between church and state occurred substantially later and remains imperfect. In 2012, the Norwegian parliament adopted a decision that affirmed in a constitutional amendment on 21 May 2012 to offer more autonomy to the Church of Norway. Norwegians benefit from European countries' second highest GDP per capita and sixth highest GDP per capita in the globe. Norway nowadays ranks as the world's second richest country, having the greatest per capita capital reserve in any country. The landscapes and terrain of Norway are attractive and stunning. Some of the most visually beautiful coastline landscapes in the world are located along the west coast of southern Norway and the north shore of Norway. 3. Sweden. Sweden is a Nordic country in northern Europe, officially the Kingdom of Sweden. Sweden's official language is Swedish, North Germanic, extremely close to Danish and Norwegian, but varies in sound and spelling. The official language is Swedish. Sweden followed northern paganism before the 11th century, worshipping the gods of the temples of Uppsala with its center. The laws of the country altered with Christianization in the 11th century, banning adoration of other deities until the end of the 19th century. In early September in and around Kiruna in the extreme north of Sweden, the northern lights or aurora borealis are showing. On clear nights, the greatest time in Sweden to watch the northern lights is 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. But normally, about 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock the most dazzling spectacle occurs. 2. Denmark. Denmark is a Nordic country in northern Europe. It consists of a peninsula, Jutland, and an archipelago of 443 named islands. The national language of Denmark is de facto Danish. In Denmark, Christianity is the prevailing religion. Denmark's population is 5,806 million. In Denmark, there are 1243 mountains. Skovhage is the tallest and most famous mountain. Lake Constance is the biggest lake in German territory, whereas Lake Müritz is the largest fully German lake. Denmark has a sophisticated mixed economy which the World Bank categorizes as a high-income economy. In 2017 it ranked 16th in the world with respect to per capita gross national income, GPP, and 10th in per capita nominal NI. 1. Canada. In North America, Canada is a country. Its 10 provinces and 3 territories occupy 9.98 million square kilometers from the Atlantic to the Pacific and north into the Arctic Ocean, making it the second biggest nation in the world by area. As of 2018, Canada was world 10th with around US $1.73 billion of nominal GDP. The report was not published. It is one of the world's least corrupt and one of the 10 trading nations in the world, with a highly globalized economy. The Northwest Territories, which are normally visible 240 nights a year, are the greatest places for the aurora borealis in Canada, if not the globe. Canadians employ a variety of languages with English and French being around 56% mother tongues, and Canada being religiously different with a wide spectrum of faiths and customs, respectively. To see more exciting videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.